From WBNG, the Southern Tier's #1 local news. This is 12 News at 11.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for 12 News at 11. I'm Zach Grady. We begin tonight in Broome County. This evening, Union Endicott High School held a candlelight vigil with the community there to honor the lives of UE student Colin Farrell and his mother, Tiffany Farrell. The pair passed away due to a car crash last Friday. Hundreds of members of the UE school district came to support the family, with speakers from all parts of the district taking turns telling stories about the Farrell family and their contributions to the Tiger community. Colin was a lover of baseball, and his mother supported him and his team consistently and constantly from the sidelines.
And as we all carry on together as a Tiger family, continue to lean on each other and hold each other close. And always remember, their love will last forever in our hearts.
Candles were lit for a moment of silence honoring Colin and Tiffany's passing. Condolences went out to Colin and Tiffany's family and the Union Endicott community as a whole. After spending more than a year behind bars for falsely being accused of starting a fire that left dozens misplaced, Marquetta James of Binghamton has filed a lawsuit against the city of Binghamton, Binghamton Police, Binghamton Fire, the Broome County Correctional Facility, and more. This comes after she spent 14 months in jail for a crime she was later acquitted of. 12 News' Kyle Spizak has more on the lawsuit.
On February 15, 2022, just after 7 a.m., a fire broke out at 159 Conklin Avenue in Binghamton that sent plumes of smoke into the sky. Binghamton Police and Binghamton Fire responded to the scene as they began to combat the blaze. According to the lawsuit, later that day, a defendant named in the lawsuit filed a felony complaint accusing James of setting the fire. Before the fire was fully extinguished and the investigation into its origin was completed, James was arrested and charged with arson in the second degree. The lawsuit states that once the investigation was finalized, reports showed that the cause of the fire was undetermined. The lawsuit claims, however, the district attorney's office continued with prosecution even in the face of evidence that the fire was not a result of arson and that the charges were based on speculation. After 14 months behind bars, in April of 2023, James was found not guilty and acquitted of the charges because of forensic evidence available at the trial. I'm Kyle Spizak, 12 News, Broome County.
The lawsuit that claims the fire was not arson, but rather caused by a faulty boiler. 12 News reached out to the parties named in the lawsuit for comment, but have not heard back. Upgrades could be coming to a local Delaware County hospital as a public survey has hit the internet looking for community feedback. 12 News' RJ Sheedy has all the details.
More patient rooms, expanded behavioral health services, and expanded pharmacy with a drive-through. Those are some of the upgrades UHS Delaware Valley Hospital is looking to make. In a statement to 12 News, UHS says in part that UHS Delaware Valley Hospital is proposing to expand the hospital to develop a medical neighborhood with a focus on enhancing health outcomes and increasing accessibility to quality care for the local community. And goes on to say the plan is conceptual at this point and is being finalized. Before any changes are made, a health equity impact assessment must be done. As part of that process, DHS is required to hire an independent evaluator to conduct that assessment. Lisa Horn was hired for that role.
The health equity impact assessment is a process that the New York State Department of Health has started to require of health, like hospitals and other health entities when they want to change any of the environment or the work that they're doing that will have an impact on patients.
Horn shares with 12 News that her survey aims to make sure no undue burdens are placed on community members in connection to the upgrades they want to make.
The main goal is to make sure that any of the changes that the Delaware Valley Hospital are proposing to make do not create undue burdens on any of the medically underserved groups in the service area.
A large part of that process, Horn says, is to gain meaningful engagement with community members about if any changes may impact them. Horn says it's a very short survey that is already receiving good feedback.
We are getting a good response from folks, and so far it has been very positive
A link to the public survey can be found on our website, WBNG.com. In Delaware County, I'm RJ Sheedy, 12 News.
In Tioga County, a new apartment complex called the Temple Estates is opening up in Owego for residents above the age of 55. The complex will offer 6 units featuring several amenities such as a fitness center, community room with a theater, electric vehicle charging station, and more. This project is aimed to help middle-class residents find affordable housing. Sabrina Henriques, president and CEO of the Tioga Chamber of Commerce, explains how thoroughly this project was thought out.
You can tell that they've really thought of everything, right? So they've thought of the location of where it's located. They've thought of your mental health. You have the fitness. You have the sauna. You have DV charging stations. I mean, it really is kind of moving ahead. And I think it also speaks to where we're going in Tioga County.
A ribbon cutting for the complex will be held on Friday at 3 p.m. Developers are hoping to have units on the market by the end of the month. On Wednesday in Madison County, a house in the town of Lincoln suddenly exploded shortly before 7 p.m. Connor White tells us the house was the home of a couple that had been married for over 50 years.
A laundry hamper, a magazine, a television dish, all sitting in the rubble of a home in the town of Lincoln. Pieces of the life that 78-year-old Carl Pinn and 74-year-old Susan Pinn built together. Officials say the Pinn residence exploded around 6:40 Wednesday evening. Volunteers with the Lincoln Fire Department were the first on scene.
There's a lot of different things that go through your mind, especially when you're at a scene with somebody that you know.
Chief Dan Lazapone says he first met Carl at the firehouse. He used to have his own helmet and uniform, working as a volunteer firefighter locally for over 60 years. The Oneida City School District confirms that in retirement, he was a school bus driver for over 20 years. A family member also telling us that Susan volunteered to keep her neighbors safe as well, spending many years with the Greater Lenox Ambulance Corps.
Everybody in the community as well as surrounding communities knew who they were. They're very well-liked people, very nice to everybody.
A family member says the pair were married for about 56 years. Susan lost her life in the explosion. Carl is undergoing surgery, listed in critical condition after he was flown to Upstate Hospital in Syracuse.
One of those things that you hope you never have to see again.
Lincoln Fire President Chris Bulock says the moment they arrived on scene, the focus was trying to find Carl and Susan in the rubble.
We used airbags, cribbing, jacks, the jaws, chainsaws. If it was on our truck, we were using it yesterday.
The Madison County Sheriff's Office confirming propane gas was leaking in the home. They're still trying to find the ignition point that caused the walls to kick out and bring the second floor tumbling to the ground, launching debris across the street.
That was definitely the first and hopefully the last.
Ahead of the anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, on Thursday, Governor Kathy Hochul signed legislation to support New Yorkers living with disabilities. The first of 3 new pieces of legislation will allow the Access to Home and Access to Home for Heroes programs to cover the cost of important home repairs that accompany accessibility modifications for households with disabilities. A second legislation will expand the real property tax exemption for people with disabilities, and a third piece of legislation will make it easier for New Yorkers with disabilities to apply for parking permit renewals. On the new pieces of legislation, Governor Kathy Hochul said, quote, "Those living with disabilities face discrimination and additional barriers every day. It is crucial we do what we can to fix it," end quote. Coming up still on 12 News at 11, Kamala Harris, now the presumptive nominee for the Democratic Party, but there is a glaring absence from her growing list of endorsements. That, more details when we return. But before we go anywhere, we take a live look at downtown Binghamton. Chief Meteorologist Howard Manges returns after the break with the latest forecast here at 11.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP on select GMC Sierra models. We are professional grade GMC.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Get Spectrum Internet starting at $29.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability and get free advanced Wi-Fi, free modem, and one free line of unlimited mobile. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-574-4687 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet starting at $29.99 a month with free advanced Wi-Fi, free modem, and one free line of unlimited mobile. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-574-4687.
Call now.
The cost of living is brutal. Red tape is killing the economy.
Thankfully, Congressman Mark Molinaro is working across the aisle,
lowering costs on gas, groceries, even health care.
Mark grew up on food stamps, so he understands the struggles we face.
And now Congress has an opportunity to lower costs even more
by cutting red tape.
Go get him, Mark. Keep working for us.
Tell Congressman Mark Molinaro to keep fighting for lower costs and support the Red Tape Reduction Act.
Imagine a place where animals and children can both reach their full potential. Together, at Callie's Clubhouse, we repurpose and rehabilitate older horses to be a guiding light and therapeutic nourishment for people experiencing health, social, and life changes. With professionally trained and certified instructors, we utilize real horsepower to facilitate positive learning outcomes with a variety of programs, such as therapeutic riding, where individuals with disabilities can experience movement on a horse. I Talk with Horses, a riding program where low and nonverbal children practice their communication skills. I Read with Horses, where young readers can receive new books and expand their literacy. The 7 Keys to Success, a program where youth can design a civic engagement project to share with their community, learning key leadership skills along the way. These programs, along with the dedication of our staff and horses, prove to be a wonderful source for enrichment and education for people of all ages. Learn more at calliesclubhouse.org.
Thank you for staying with us here at 11. The battle for America's future is underway with Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump slugging it out on the campaign trail. A new New York Times Siena College poll shows that the race is now neck and neck, with Harris gaining ground just 103 days before Election Day. Former President Barack Obama expected to throw his political weight behind the likely Democratic nominee now at any time. Robert Casa explains the current political dynamics at play in the new presidential race.
Vice President Harris back on the trail today in Houston, rallying educators at the American Federation of Teachers.
Donald Trump and his allies want to cut Medicare and Social Security, to stop student loan forgiveness for teachers and other public servants.
In the near future, former President Obama's expected nod, which sources say has been held out of respect for President Biden and his Oval Office address last night, will come as Harris is working fast to define her message on her terms before former President Trump and Republicans do it on theirs.
There are some people who think we should be a country of chaos. We choose freedom.
Harris says she's ready to rumble on the debate stage.
I'm ready to debate Donald Trump. Now it appears he's backpedaling, but I'm ready.
Today, Trump advisors told CBS News Trump is ready and willing to have several debates with Harris. Meanwhile, the vice president is pushing to focus her campaign speeches on policies she champions as part of the Biden administration, such as reproductive rights and gun control.
We want to ban assault weapons, and they want to ban books. Can you imagine?
But a bruising political battle is ahead as Trump casts her as a liberal Democrat who's out of step on the border, abortion, health care, and the economy.
She's worse than him because he's a fake liberal. You know, he wasn't that liberal. He was fake. She's a real liberal.
Meanwhile, the clock is ticking on Harris's decision on a running mate, with more than a dozen names being considered, including Arizona Senator Mark Kelly.
It's not about me, but I've always when I've had, the chance to serve, I think that's very important to do.
Robert Costa, CBS News, Washington.
Well, Howard, the campaign trail is heating up. The studio's heating up a little bit. How about the southern tier? Is that heating up as well?
Well, we're actually getting a little bit of a break from the heat, but it will come back. Don't worry about that. It's in the 7-day forecast. But, yeah, tonight is one of those nights that if you don't have allergies, maybe you're able to sleep with the windows wide open with a fan in the window because it's quite comfortable out there. Let's take a look at the national picture, and you'll notice there's not much going on in the Northeast. Why? Or the Great Lakes? Why? We have a sprawling area of high pressure that is going to keep our weather quiet for tonight, tomorrow, and beyond. But we had a few showers, not we, but there were some showers up toward the Adirondacks, and the rest of the area is looking nice and quiet right now. We've got temperatures sitting in the upper 50s to low 60s. Could be a few upper 40s tonight as well. So we get a break from the storms. That's maybe first and foremost. We really do need some time to, dry out because it's very wet in spots, and we're going to do just that. We have a lot of sun on the way. Looking at, by the time we get to Sunday afternoon, the mugginess is going to start to creep upward. And then we're also, are we still looking hot in the first week of August? Well, the Climate Prediction Center says yes. Here's a look at the excessive heat outlook. August 2nd through the 8th, and you look into the Northeast, we're at a 40 to 60% chance of having excessive heat. Now, what's interesting is I look at that data and then I look at some other ensemble information, and it's only painting low 80s around the area. So I would probably put some uncertainty in that graphic based on what I can see right now. So, we'll keep an eye on it. It's August. It's supposed to be warm. Tonight, it's not warm. Maybe a little chilly for your liking. 6 o'clock in the morning with maybe some fog in the valleys. Late morning into the afternoon, it's really just a perfect summer day by tomorrow evening. Looking good. Into Saturday morning as well. Another cool start. But again, not a single weather problem to be had. Through Saturday afternoon, a few clouds. Saturday night, clear. There's just not much going on. The high pressure is dominating. And again, it's kind of just what the doctor ordered here. So temperatures into the overnight, we're going to be in the upper 40s to low 50s. By the time we get to lunchtime, again, bright sun tomorrow. We're looking at highs or temperatures at that point in the low to mid 70s. High temperatures likely in the mid 70s. So again, we've got another comfortable day on the way tomorrow with the dew points staying very comfortable. There's a look at that 7-day forecast. Tomorrow we're in the mid 70s. By the time we get to Saturday and Sunday, we've got sunshine. We're in the mid 80s. On Sunday, I mentioned in my headlines there, it will turn more humid through the day on Sunday. By Monday, I think we're still dry. It's going to be a little warm, upper 80s, close to 90. And then we drop back a little bit for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. During that drop back period, I think we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 80s with some scattered showers or thunderstorms each one of those days.
Well, 99 problems, but clearly the weather is not one.
That is a very good way to look at it. It's really, we've been super wet this week, so the sunshine and the dry weather coming our way is just what we need.
Good to hear. And for you to hear, too, before we leave, we will meet Parker Stokes, a Maine Enwell alum, a collegiate national champion, and a 2028 Olympic hopeful. We head over to the sports desk after the break for his story.
Hi, it's Elvis Duran. Thanks for listening. We are just the family sitting around the table.
Best answer ever!
We're always fun.
Wake up with Elvis Duran in the Now Morning Show every morning on Now 105.7. All the hits for Binghamton.
I'm attorney James Alexander. Since 1987, James Alexander Law has focused on creating true partnerships with each and every one of our clients. That means everything to us. If you've been injured, call James Alexander Law.
The Make It Ford summer sales event is on. I want that. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now. Returning lessees can now lease a Ford F-150 for just $299 a month for 24 months, only at your local Ford stores.
This month at Matthews Kia in Vestal, lease the stylish new 24 Kia Forte LXS with perimeter approach lights and more for only $229 per month. Or choose the high-tech new 24 Sportage EX all-wheel drive for $377 per month. Both leases come with first payment, tax, and fees with only $3,000 due at signing at Matthews Kia, Old Vestal Road behind Lowe's.
I'm looking for a nice spot to spend the summer.
Spend it with the summer of me.
In the summer.
The summer of drama.
You here for the summer?
Westerns.
The summers in Dodge are getting hotter.
Sci-fi.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
And the summer of comedy.
Ah, being paged at the pool.
The summer of me.
You can catch the summer reruns.
It's the summer of me, all summer long on Binghamton's Me TV.
At WBNG, we know you're busy, which is why we're here whenever you need us, anytime, anywhere. Let us be the first to bring you breaking news, local sports coverage, and first alert weather. Just search WBNG wherever you stream and catch up on all things 12 News.
This is Avery Copeland with Around the Tiers.
Yeah, it's amazing what a little bit of sunshine will do, right?
Welcome back and welcome into the Sports Desk. I'm Zach Grady.
All for free and on your schedule. WBNG, anytime, anywhere.
Tomorrow on Around the Tiers, we will have 2 live interviews in studio, the Tioga County Fair, and founders of the Olivia Hill Foundation, plus an exclusive look at the fun being brought to Johnson City at Dave & Buster's.
Hi, it's Elvis Duran. Thanks for listening. We are just the family sitting around the table.
Best answer ever!
We're always fun.
Wake up with Elvis Duran and the Now Morning Show every morning on Now 105.7. All the hits for Binghamton.
This is the Jeff Kai's Auto Sports Desk.
Mets and Braves battle for the top spot in the NL Wild Card. A Southern Tier runner takes a big leap in his pro career, and local experts tell us some tips on how to stay safe this fall while on the field. This is the Sports Desk. Rumble Ponies remain on the road in Richmond and remain in a battle for the second half pennant. Binghamton just 22 games into the back half, but are looking up right now at Somerset, who happens to be on a 5-game winning streak. Ponies in Richmond, we pick it up in the 6th at the Diamond. Kevin Parada on second. Nelson Consuerga with a hot shot down the left field line. Ponies only open up the scoring there. They go up 1-0. Very next batter now. Jalen Palmer goes to right with it. That drops in the corner. Consuerga comes around from second. Binghamton goes up 2-0. Bottom 8th. 2 runners on. Richmond already put 1 across. Junior Santos, though, gets the pop up to left. Alex Ramirez gets under it, and Ponies get out of danger. Deja vu now in the bottom of the 9th. Santos, he gets the pop up to Ramirez once again. Ponies get the win, 2-1. Yoander Suarez gets his 5th win of the season. Mets, just 3 hits in 10 innings against the Braves. Amazings, making 2 of those 3 count, though. Francisco Lindor, a 2-run home run. That's Lindor's 4th in the last 5 games. Jeff McNeil, a single to right in the bottom of the 10th. Mets walk it off, just a half game back now of the Braves for the top wild card spot. The 2 teams, 3 games remaining this weekend at a Citi Field series. The Paris Summer Olympics, less than 24 hours away. And on the eve of the games, we profile Parker Stokes, a former Maine Enwell Spartan, a steeplechase national champion, and in 2028 at the Los Angeles Games, he hopes to add Olympian.
Parker Stokes is a name some may be familiar with in the Southern Tier. The cross-country runner and Maine Endwell alum won a national championship in the men's 3,000-meter steeplechase for Georgetown University this past June, and describes what that moment meant to him.
You know, you've been working for 1,500 odd days in college, 1,500 odd more in high school, so almost a decade of work kind of led up to that one moment, and I think satisfied is probably the most overwhelming feeling I felt that day.
Meanwhile, his head coach at Georgetown, Brandon Bonzi, had a different feeling while witnessing Parker win.
I do get like this weird, like calming sense when I watch Parker run the steeplechase. I just like, he's proven it so many times that He just doesn't miss when he runs it. So I actually, for some reason, really was not that nervous watching.
And things have looked up for Parker since winning.
I have a job now. I have a job to run. I signed a contract not too long after with the Brooks Beasts out in Seattle.
While he didn't get his desired results at the Olympic trials in June, it's only motivated him for the future.
It's really just fuel to the fire for, the next World Championships next year, for the next Olympic cycle in 4 years. And, while it's like a great honor to have the chance to represent the USA, I want to actually be able to do it next year.
And for Parker, his goals don't stop there.
Make the Olympics, hopefully medal in the Olympics. That would be an all-time running goal of mine achieved, to medal at the Olympics, medal at the World Championships next year, and hopefully the year after that as well.
All of which seem obtainable if you ask his college coach.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't make an Olympic team or a World Championship team. He's that good.
With his success and bright future, Parker joins elite Southern Tier company with fellow runner Eric Holt and Emily Mackay.
To even be classified, kind of in that trio of Southern Tier runners, it's an honor. Emily's an Olympian. Eric's improved at an amazing rate in these past few years.
And Parker explains how much this community has impacted him and his career.
The support system here has been amazing. It's a small town, so you know everybody, and they're all going to want you to succeed and uplift you no matter what. So I'm just super excited to make them proud.
Parker will have many more opportunities to make the Southern Tier proud. Michael Villegas, 12 Sports, Broome County.
Fall sports starting up in less than a month now, and as we get closer to high school kickoff, a virtual news conference was held this week. The goal, preparing both athletes and coaches on how to stay healthy this fall. The conference, hosted by Guthrie, touched on topics like athletes getting their bodies ready in advance for the start of the season, the importance of having at least 8 hours of sleep and rest, and getting a physical before getting back onto the field this fall.
Determine if an athlete does have any predispositions to injuries, assess their speed, their endurance, if they have any medical histories that might prevent them from performing sports.
But the limited time to prepare or sort of a time crunch, they do too much too soon. And that's when I see a lot of, my tendon injuries, ligament injuries.
Both Guthrie providers added that at the end of practice, when athletes are most fatigued, is also when the most injuries often occur. They say it's because those competing may not have completed all of their mechanics prior to hitting the field. And don't go anywhere. We have one final story next after the break.
Dear road rivals, no truck on the road drives value like the Tundra. Day after day, mile after mile, it all adds up to big savings under the hood. What's under yours? Toyota Tundra.
Get 1.99% APR for 48 months plus $1,000 TFS subvention APR cash on Tundra, or lease one for just $4.99 a month.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
The days are getting hotter, and nothing feels better on a summer day than a clean car. Hoffman Car Wash is offering one lucky First Alert weather viewer a free Ultimate Wash Pass. Go to WBNG.com and click on the Hoffman Car Wash button to enter. Already redeem your free car wash? No problem. You are automatically entered for a chance to win. Be sure to tune into our First Alert forecast this summer. Who knows, the perfect day to wash your car could be right around the corner.
Hoffman Car Wash. Life's better in a clean car.
Bertzel Street, where I grew up. Mom was a probation officer. Dad and generations before him worked in the local factories. They taught me everything. I'm Josh Riley. Our neighborhoods have been sold out by greedy corporations and corrupt politicians. So I'm running for Congress with a promise. I'll never take a dime of corporate PAC money. I support term limits, and I approve this message because I'll take Bertzel Street's values to Congress.
The 149th Broome County Fair is this month. Join us in Whitney Point on July 23rd through the 28th for a demo derby, rodeo, tractor pulls, livestock showcases, rides, and more. There is fun for everyone at the 149th Broome County Fair.
Hi, I'm Dale. I'm a school bus route coordinator for Vestal School District.
My name is Keelan. I'm a science teacher.
I'm Jacob Kubley. I'm a student at Vestal High School.
My name is Tyler Vandervoort, and I am a fire alarm technician at Binghamton University.
I'm Robert Hamilton, and I'm retired.
I'm proud to be a part of the Vestal Fire Department because I love helping my neighbors and being active in my community.
Makes me feel like I'm making a difference here. Truly making a difference.
Being part of the Vestal Fire Department is my second family. These are my friends. They're wonderful people.
We would welcome anyone who wants to be a part of our team because there's a job for you here no matter what your skills are.
I'm Dale. I'm a proud Vestal volunteer fireman.
I'm a proud Vestal volunteer firefighter.
I'm Jacob, and I'm a proud Vestal volunteer firefighter.
I am Tyler, and I am a proud Vestal firefighter.
I'm proud to be a Vestal volunteer firefighter.
At WBNG.com, you can find the latest news, weather, and sports in your area. You'll also find local events, around the tiers, and much more. Got a question? Click on the Contact Us tab. Visit WBNG.com.
Finally at 11, it's the end of an era for the Piano Man. Billy Joel performed his final show at New York City's Madison Square Garden this evening. The 75-year-old New York City native is known for hits like Uptown Girl and Only the Good Die Young. Thursday's concert marked his 150th show at the venue, wrapping up Joel's 10-year residency at the world's most famous arena. Those 10 years, Joel has played in front of more than 2 million people. Do you have a favorite Billy Joel song?
Italian scene, or what is it?
Scenes from an Italian restaurant.
Restaurants.
As I say, that's mine, yeah.
But 75 years old, my goodness.
Still rocks out. Those New York City performances are unbelievable.
Yeah, I never got to one, but that's good for him, man.
He's got as many banners up hanging up as the Knicks do.
He does.
Thank you once again for joining us tonight at 11, and come back for 12 News in the morning for all the news and latest news and weather headlines. Until then, Stephen Colbert is next. Have a great night.